cruising through. In that 97 Cutlass, strolling through the air. Bass booming, it's a party inside the slab. It's whatever, baby, you could put it on a tab. Blessings in the wind, shall I see it, then I grab. Ay. Probably with the set, making bangers. Spare time, we be ride swingers. Pushing on them gears, pushing on them gears. Out here, and we swinging. Watch for the scanners, watch for the scammers. We be setting standards, we be setting standards. Only going forward, ain't no going backwards. Anytime we in the booth, it's a fire hazard. Put some Dayton's on it, now they hating on it. Supreme clientele, they was waiting on it. Pontiac, Firebird flying on them. I got a need for speed, I'm a Florida on them. Gran Turismo, running game on them. This is custom kitted, whip the paint on them. Forza Motorsport, change lanes on them. Twisted metal gang, throw the flame on them. Hey, probably with the set, making bangers. Spare time, we be ride swingers. Pushing on them gears, pushing on them gears. Out here, and we swinging. Watch for the scanners, watch for the scammers. We be setting standards, we be setting standards. Only going forward, ain't no going backwards. Anytime we in the booth, it's a fire hazard. Woke up feeling blessed, I ain't dealing with no stress today. Staying to myself, cause I won't let them get the best of me. We been pushing forward, we ain't focused on what's yesterday. They wanna know the formula, can let them know the recipe. Whoa, metal to the floor, head the engine roll. Pull the top down on the two doors. You can't push no buttons in this new car. Can't let them push our buttons, we came too far. Sometimes you gotta remind them what you do it for. We done came up, we was too poor. Got the butters on the feet, we from New York. They could feel it in our body, know we too pure. We was too mature, way before 24. I got kicks up in my closet that I never wore. We was down bad, now check the new score. They know it's ISO to the indie, we the new norm.
97 Cutlass, strolling through the air. Bass booming, it's a party inside the slab. It's whatever, baby, you could put it on a tab. Blessings in the wind, shall I see it, then I grab. Ay. Blessings in the wind, shall I see it, then I grab. Ay. Blessings in the wind, shall I see it, then I grab.
Ay. Probably with the set, making bangers. Spare time, we be ride swingers. Pushing on them gears, pushing on them gears. Out here, and we swinging. Watch for the scanners, watch for the scammers. We be setting standards, we be setting standards. Only going forward, ain't no going backwards. Anytime we in the booth, it's a fire hazard.
Give me the loot. Might lose some battles, but winning no war. I get knocked down, I get back up. Get up and go, I stay ready for more. Go toe to toe till I level the score. Never gon' quit. Heard you seen some, but you never seen this. Bet on myself, 8 times, no trick. Just give me the loot. See now we going high stakes. This ain't clickbait. This a risk take. This no mistake.
Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. The comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure.
Stick around, let me hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, let me to the clouds, never coming down.
Welcome to the official podcast of PHP Architect. Join us to listen to the latest news and tech talk from our conferences, the magazine, and wider PHP community.
Hello, you're listening to the PHP Podcast, the official podcast of PHP Architect, and this is episode 2025.06.19. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Van Johnson, and with me is John Congdon.
I am here. whether you like it or not.
Podcast focuses on all things PHP and web development. We also touch on the larger PHP community, even though many times they've asked us not to, and the general life of being a developer. And of course, we talk about our company, PHP Architect, the magazine, and conferences, among other things. We record every week on Thursday around 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is right now if you're watching us live. And this podcast is made a little better thanks to our partners over at honeybadger.io. Honey Badger helps you deploy with confidence. And you know what? I really need to change this. I've been saying the same one for like months and I'm like tired of it. I feel like I don't have the enthusiasm I did the first time I did it. Honey Badger helps you deploy with confidence and be your team's DevOps hero by combining error, uptime, and performance monitoring in one simple platform. It's free to get started and setup takes just a few minutes. Be the hero your team needs. Suit up at honeybadger.io.
You don't have it's not that you don't have the enthusiasm because of Honey Badger. We love Honey Badger.
We love Honey Badger.
Other podcasts pre-record that part and they don't have to say it. You're saying it every week.
Remind me when we get to the Honey Badger part. We have Honey Badger stuff to talk about. So I want to get back to that. We will talk a little bit about Honey Badger, all positive, I think, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, I think it's all positive. If you don't watch the live stream and only listen to the audio version, you should think about joining us live on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PHP Arch. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. But why? I hear you asking, John, why in the world would I watch you live? I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm living it.
And if you're going to join, it's PHP ARCH, PHP Arch.
Isn't that what I said?
You did. I was spelling it out because
for clarity purposes.
For clarity purposes.
All right. Okay. Well, why do you want to join the live stream, John? Do you know why? Do you know why I encourage people to be part of the live stream?
Because you can be part of the show and and interact with us live on our Discord at discord.phparch.com.
That's absolutely correct, John. It's like you've been watching the show. I'm impressed.
Once in a while.
All right.
I act like I'm part of the show every week.
It was good seeing you today, buddy.
It was fun. We got together, had some lunch, talked business.
That was the first time we were together since Tech. You realize that?
It was.
Which is actually not that bad because Tech was only a month ago.
It was a month ago. Wow.
Yeah. We typically go longer without seeing each other in person. Like when we first started Diego Dev, we were for a while there, we were literally seeing each other like every day. we were working remote together every day. And then we started not liking each other as much. You start seeing each other once a week, and then once every couple of weeks.
Let's be fair. I was a jerk. I pissed you off and you distanced yourself, understandably. But I miss those days when we go to the coffee shop and overlook the atrium there. It was fun.
Listen, it sounds like a trope or whatever. Like, oh yeah, you do. You go to a coffee shop and code. It wasn't a Starbucks. This was like a legit great place to be. Such a good vibe, such good food. It was right by the beach. It wasn't on the beach. You couldn't see the beach, but you knew it was right there.
You got the breeze. They'd open up the front windows. You could sit at that front window and have a nice breeze in your face.
Yeah. Great. I do miss those days. It definitely seemed like it was a lot stressful because it was just you and I, and we just didn't really know what we were doing. We were basically
still don't, to be fair.
We were basically just consultants who decided to consult together and pair program. But yeah, it was a good time, man. And so it was good seeing you. Nice catch up with you every now and then. All right. What else you got? Are we done? We wrap it up?
Done. Wrap it up. No, I appreciate the gift that you gave me. I think you said it was from Beck.
It was actually from Beck. I told her I wasn't going to give it to you, but she made me.
You probably shouldn't have, because you know what I realized today?
You lost it already.
Well, what I lost is I don't have the baseball anymore.
Oh my God. That's like the most important part.
Yeah.
My wonderful wife got little glass cases. Oh, so if you came to PHP Tech this year, you got a baseball with PHP Tech logo on it. And I'm obviously a baseball person, so I like to save my baseballs, and my wife got me a wonderful little case for my baseball.
So I screwed up a couple ways. One, other people at Tech went and got autographs from other people at Tech, which was amazing, and I wish I would have done that.
I wish I had done that too. That was
But
really
running
smart.
the conference makes that hard to do.
Yeah.
And then I honestly thought I brought all the extra baseballs home with me. Like I thought I shipped them here.
Thought you did too.
I think they're on the truck.
I don't think so.
You think I have them here? Then they're in a box in my garage somewhere, and I gotta find them because I had one baseball in a box, and I packed up all of the Tonys that were ordered over the past month. Finally got those out today. I'm sorry for the delay. Had to wait for them to get to me from Chicago, and then I procrastinated. I'm sorry. But I had one baseball in a box, and I took that and I put it in a box that I shipped out. I'm not saying who it went to, but it did go to somebody. And then I went looking after I got home from talking with you today, thinking, oh, I'm going to put a baseball into my new baseball thingy, and I don't have any.
Kevin Bruce in Discord. Yo, I was so close to both you on Tuesday last week when my son and I went to LA. Yes, you were very close, Mr. Bruce. I assume this is the Kevin Bruce that was a previous owner of PHP Architect.
Yes, he was
Part of the
Why
Three
didn't you
Musketeers.
just said something? Would have come up and said hi to you for sure.
I would have definitely come out there. Yeah, if they have it all although like last week was a weird time to be in LA because like if you watch television, you would think like LA was burning to the ground, which was not the case at all. By the way, it was not. But yeah, it's an interesting time. I hope you had a good time in LA.
Yeah, I saw images where somebody took the map of the entire area of LA. And LA is huge, and it was like this tiny little spot where there were riots. Not even riots, there were protests.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and we can get into all that. Like it got escalated by outside sources, but I'm not going to do all that. But
yeah,
I have to say I am proud of the people of this country in their turnout on Saturday. Man, that was for the No Kings marches. That was actually pretty phenomenal. That was pretty crazy to see.
So we still haven't added an image of Tony to the website. So the website still looks broken.
Oh, you still don't have a picture of Tony?
But somebody, Jeffrey Davison, asked if they were available, and I just sent a link in the show notes. So if you're interested in obtaining a Tony, you can go pick one up.
I guess I need to probably take pictures. Yeah. I got a question. Okay. It's the beginning of the show. We got a lot of people in Discord. Discord, this is audience participation because it's been something I've been mulling over in my head for a while, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. So let's say I offered a service, right, that had a support contract tier system where it was like an intro support, support plus, which was everything in intro plus a couple things, and support enterprise, which is like everything plus a bunch of more other stuff. If I were to change, so that's very obvious, like what's the low tier, what's the high tier. If I were to change those tiers to read tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, just by reflex, without seeing anything, which tier would you think was the highest tier? It's see, in my head, I always think tier 1 is always the highest tier, right? That's the top tier. But I can also see the argument of no, it would be tier 3. And there's a weird. So I don't know if this holds true in other countries, but here in the US, when you're on like a freeway, a multi-lane, well, it doesn't even have to be multi-lane actually, but typically on a freeway with multiple lanes, they'll report, oh, there's an accident in the number 3 lane, or there's an accident in number 2 lane. Everybody, those who aren't very aware of traffic patterns assume the number 1 lane is the first lane you get on, and then it goes over from there. But that's not
I would think the other way. Yeah.
It is the other way. The far left-hand lane is always the number 1 lane, and then it counts up. So you always have a number 1 lane is always the same lane.
Keep in mind, we drive on the wrong side of the road compared to the rest of the world. So,
and we also read left to right, which I know a lot of the world reads left to right, but not all the world reads left to right. So having one be on the left-hand side makes sense. So I don't know. I want tier 1 to be the top tier, but there's part of me that says if I were to read that as a customer, I would not think that was the top tier.
Are you able to give more context as to where this is coming from? Or is that outside the scope of this conversation?
Well, you know where it's coming from, John. Is it?
I've already got other ideas on that. If you're talking about what I'm talking about, so
okay. Well, then we'll just cut all this out if you have other ideas. That's been bothering me since I brought it up, because I know we were getting close to. It was meant to be part of the conversation today, and I know we're getting close to decisions. And I'm like, man.
So I think we could talk about what we were talking about. And it comes down to, think of the prospectus for the conference. And it's always been platinum, gold, silver, or platinum.
Yeah, gold, diamond, silver,
whatever
bronze.
The tiers are.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that literally 30 minutes prior to the show. And I came up with, along help of AI overlords, what if the lowest tier is your variable tier, and then you have your function tier, your class tier, namespace, and they came up with...
Look at you trying to be a developer.
And it came up with a PHP-centric one would be composer is your top level tier, because it encompasses everything. It composes all of that together.
Yeah, I thought my tier 1 would have been confusing. I have a feeling that's going to be a lot more. Only because, so often those prospectus get sent to non-tech people. They're usually sent to marketing or sales. And so, yeah, that's probably going to be a little. I like the idea. I mean, if we knew.
We also want to limit the number of tiers. I don't want to have 5 or 6 tiers. I want to have just.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? If tier 1 was always the highest tier, you can, because we had that problem this year where we added on a tier, and we couldn't make it make sense with the naming convention we had. So with tier 1 being the top, they get lower as the number goes up. We can add as many as we want, but yeah. But thanks for spoiling. And now everybody's going to know what's going to be on this year's prospectus. There you go. If you want,
we don't know yet because we're still talking about it.
We are still making it up, aren't we? We need to be better at this. We need to get better at this part of the job, John. Selling things, man.
We need to get better at the whole job. What are you talking about?
Have you done any development lately?
I have.
Anything good?
And I've good. That's in the eye of the beholder. I actually did some code review recently that I actually feel like I did a good job on. I had integrated with a third-party service, I think 2 to 4 weeks ago. I can't remember if it was last sprint or the sprint before. And it's mainly a front-end service. So you go to cancel an account, and there's a service out there that tries to save the cancellation for you. And they offer a couple of things. Once you go, they respond back with, here's what they chose. They went through, they accepted this offer for a 10% discount, let's say, or they accepted an offer to extend their trial for an extra week. or they said they want to cancel their account, or they said, never mind, I'm good. Some option like that. Everything worked fine. I got that integrated. And now we actually want to start integrating some of those offers into the system. And that's where a new task came in and said, hey, we want to offer a 10% discount or the option to extend billing out. I didn't do that part. At the beginning of the sprint, I said, hey, I'm going to take this task. And somebody said, hey, this other person has more experience with the billing side. Let them do it. Okay, I let them do it. And then I didn't talk to them prior to. So they went down this rabbit hole. They got everything coded the way they wanted. And they're like, I'm going to give it to the front end person to start hitting the API. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, you don't want to do that. Hitting an API from the front end is bad because anyone can pass in any data they want, right? All of a sudden, we're getting 100% discount on something. Like, no, that's bad. So in my code review, I'm a terrible code reviewer. I do my best. I try to catch things, but in this case, I thought I did a good job of saying, hang on, you don't want to do this from the front end. You want to expect the webhook to give you the data because it's signed. So we know that data came from a trusted source. And now we can let whoever deals with the third party manage that information. As long as we agree, here's what you're going to put in this data field. If you tell me it's a discount of 30%, we're going to accept it. We don't have to worry about it anymore. So they were able to take that, rework their code. Took them a few hours, but they got it working. Good to go. I thought that was interesting.
It's funny how people look at something differently. It's like, oh yeah, okay, we'll just throw this on the front end. It's like, wait, no, we didn't. That was not in the scope of this conversation.
And then the question, like we talked about it today in the retro, of where did the breakdown come from? I'm like, I run the refinements of the tasks, and I can't remember if I just assumed I would take the task and I overlooked that piece because I knew it was a webhook I wanted to respond to, or if it was said and just missed and we didn't actually capture it in the details of the task. So throughout this retro, we're like, maybe we should take all of our, because it's recorded when we do the refinements of the tasks. Maybe we should take the transcript of that and try and chunk it out and say, okay, for this task, here's what we said. Nobody's going to read it, but at least it'll be on the task. So
I'm trying to be more engaging on Discord, and I'm just not good at it, man.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm just not good at it. Okay, I got Honey Badger things I want to talk about, and let's take a moment and let their ad run, because maybe the last time. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Honey Badger, we love Honey Badger, and this will not change anything. I haven't run mine in a while. Here we go. And now it's story time with Archie, brought to you by our sponsor, honeybadger.io. One time, a customer of Honey Badger's had their background job run overnight and caused hundreds of thousands of errors to be reported to Honey Badger by mistake. Like many other error tracking and performance monitoring tools, Honey Badger bills for monthly usage, and so the customer's mistake was going to cost them a lot of money that month. If you've ever used a monitoring service, you might have experienced something like this. Well, fortunately for this customer, they emailed Honey Badger support and received the most amazing reply. Honey Badger was resetting their monthly quota and canceling the bill. This is just one example of how much the small team at Honey Badger cares about their users. Ask anyone you know and you'll hear similar stories. Go check them out at honeybadger.io. It's free to get started and setup takes less than 5 minutes. Don't forget to bookmark it. That's www.honeybadger.io.
Thank you, Honey Badger.
All right, Honey Badger. Couple things. Lots of errors. Yeah, we know what that feels like. Honey Badger can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a bad thing if you're the person looking at it and you say, hey, how come we're running out of our quota so early in the month with errors on this particular goddamn client? That was really fun. And then I had an interesting conversation with John earlier this week. I'm gonna go ahead and share this. But like we have a client that you know you always want to be appreciated, right? Because your team and it's not even me and John like necessarily directly. We have teams that work on these clients with us. Who am I kidding? We have teams that work on these clients. we just wander around aimlessly looking for things to do. But you always like to have that appreciation, like that just acknowledgement of, hey, I know you guys have been working hard. We see it, we understand, you know. And this one client, like, it's not that they are not appreciating us, but I don't think, like, I'm curious if they understand the effort that our team is putting into making sure things run smoothly. And I had a conversation with John. I actually think the problem might be Honey Badger, in the sense, like, Honey Badger is reporting things wrong with the application before the client recognizes it. So like this particular client, we have it set up so Honey Badger automatically opens up a support ticket whenever it fires, and our team gets on it, they look at it, they resolve it, and they move on. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we turn off Honey Badger, let these things bubble up a little bit. Like, maybe the client is getting too comfortable, like, oh, this is just running smooth, we don't need developers, nothing ever breaks. So
yeah. That's such a tough one, right? It's
right.
Not that Honey Badger is hiding the errors, it's just not.
It's doing its job.
It's doing what it's supposed to do, and if you have somebody tracking that and reporting that up to upper management, that's one thing. But if they just get logged as new tickets that the development team just handles and upper management never sees it, they continue to think it's good.
Yeah. And I should state, I don't know what that reporting tier, as far as I know, they do see open and close support tickets or something like that. But I just thought it was funny. I'm like, oh, maybe these errors need to be more of a problem. Perhaps we should let that happen. We're not going to. I'm joking, but it's just something to think about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that when you go along those lines, that also brings up, as a developer, you can not do things 100%. Like, there's so many bad rabbit holes you can go down when you start talking that way.
Well, this has always been my issue with the idea of consultants, especially hiring somebody just to build a website. Because if you're only hiring them to build a website and they're not going to maintain it, they're not going to be responsible for it, they're not doing good code. Why would they? If they make their living by doing websites in and out, that's what they're going to do. They want to finish your project so they can get on to another project. I have always had a problem with that thought. I had a friend of mine recently say, and you knew this was going to come up. Actually, this could segue into another conversation, but they're like, hey, I hear AI can build websites now without any developers. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that is a very loose way of saying it. Technically, yes, especially very simplistic things. It's not always the best code, but it can get something out. Now, for you, that's not what you want to do. Believe me. Like, that is for proof of concept, mocking up things to show other people. You don't want to build your business off that. But I hear, like, even if it starts to break, you can ask AI to fix it. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, it's not like that. And I don't know. It's happening more and more. AI. It's just crazy, man.
It's understanding the role of AI in our industry, and it's not to replace humans. It's to enable humans to do their job a little bit faster. Take a little cruft out of it and let us deal with the hard work, not the I type this 100 times a month or whatever.
Right. That's the thing I try to explain to him. I'm like, right now, I'm not saying AI won't get there, but today, AI is a tool for developers. Somebody who understands the language, who can ask the questions or the prompts correctly, who can look at the results and understand how it applies to the piece that they're working on. We're not going to go in there and say, hey, build me a conference website and then just throw it up on the web and be done with it.
All right, let me go through this code away real quick.
There goes Tech 2026 out the door. But yeah, so kind of along that same line, I forgot to set this other scene up. So let me do that as we speak. We're going to share. What?
Speaking of, lost my Trello board. Hold, please.
Oh no, John. Why is this a problem all of a sudden?
Oh, it's because I brought it. What did you break?
All right. Let's see if this works, and then I'll tell you what I broke.
Okay. Well, while you're getting into that, you brought up Tech 2026. I made a joke about the conference website. It's not live yet. We're still working on it, but people requested that the website itself be open source so that they can help fix little issues. We know there are issues with like the mobile view and stuff like that. So there is now a PHP Tech 2026 repo publicly available. Eventually we will get this launched where it will replace the current site, and then we can start building from there.
All right. That's John saying that. I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm curious to see what this creates. Oh, cool. That worked. I'm curious to see what this creates.
What creates?
But this open sourcing the tech website. I mean, obviously somebody's going to build it, but
no, it's not build it. It's take what we have and improve it. I had multiple people at Tech say, I wish the website was open source. I want to help fix some of the issues.
Because they're nice people with good intentions, and I understand why people say that. But when the rubber hits the road, John, where are those people at? That's what I need to ask you.
I guess we'll find out before 2026. How about that?
We are going to find out. Yeah. I am curious to see. We definitely need to. I don't know. I feel like we do a decent job on the tech website. I mean, the tech website's so basic.
We'll make it better this year. We've talked about it and have plans.
Yeah. All right, JetBrains. JetBrains had their big thing this week. Did you watch the whatever it was called? Yeah, I did.
I did not.
And I didn't watch it. Not because we weren't invited to participate in it. That isn't why I watched. That would be selfish of me, John. I just don't have any other reason not to watch it.
I didn't know about it. Honestly, I missed something.
Yeah, it was. I think it kicked off like at 4:00 in the morning for us. So like the reality of it is, you weren't going to watch the first half of it live, anyways. I don't even know how long it went. I'm not even sure if it was an all-day thing. I hate time zones. I hate them. Everybody should be on the same time. Like people over in the EU, they can get used to eating lunch in the dark. I think everybody should be on the same time. I don't even know if that's right. I would have to check that. But yeah, so many good things happen in the UK, EU, like Amsterdam. So many things kick off in Amsterdam that I want to see. I swear, I think that is the center of the PHP universe nowadays. That and San Diego, obviously San Diego. But there's so many things happen overseas that I miss because I'm not waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch them. And it's like, oh, I'll go back and watch that. I'll watch it later. I never do. I'm horrible. But one thing that caught my eye. Well, first thing, they talked about a new AI. I'm like, a new AI? Like, didn't they just release AI, which is this Junie?
Right.
Like, so I did a quick search. My God, like they have so much AI right now. It's like I guess that's Kotlin's AI, Cog AI everywhere. But this was Milum. Milum is the new one, which is kind of cool.
I thought it was Mellum, but
Milum, maybe that was it. I even asked the wife before the show started. I think that's how she said it too, and I told her I would forget it. So I did. This one's cool. Is cool because the model is actually hosted on Hugging Face, which is, if you're in the AI world, everybody knows what Hugging Face is. And I guess you can go grab it and use it and add it to. They have ways that you can add it to Olama, which is what I use for my personal AI stuff on my machine. But I'm not smart enough to figure that part out.
Is Hugging Face like GitHub for AI?
Yes, that's exactly what it is, John. Very good. What is it? Hugging.
Now I just got to figure out how to use it.
Yeah, that's me. Like, there's so many models and everything. Actually, that was the whole. I just had it. Hugging Face dot. That's it. Oh, that was the Olama one. Yeah. So here it is. Here's all JetBrains on Hugging Face. But yeah, Hugging Face is exactly like a repo for AI models, data sets. So if you're if you want to train your own model, you can come into Hugging Face and find data sets of the sort of data you want to train it on. It's pretty cool. But like, again, this is outside my wheelhouse. Like, I think I understand it, and then I try to actually do something using it, and I do not know what I'm doing, John. And this isn't like coding. I can't even fake it. Like, oh yeah. Yeah.
I got confused because I watched the video on Mellum being announced, and it was a whole, why is JetBrains releasing another AI? And like, she did a good job of explaining it. But then I'm like, so is it already built into JetBrains? And then I go looking and I can't find it. And I'm like, do I need to add it? And how do I add it? And I didn't figure that out. And then I'm like, I got enough AI in my tool set already.
That was me too. I did the exact same thing. I think it's one of the models you can use with the freemium JetBrains AI plugin. Because when I typed it into the search bar, that's the only one that came up. So I don't know that for a fact, and I haven't gone into my configuration to check because, like you, I'm like, listen, I got like 3 AI engines I use now. I don't need one more.
Well, you probably want one more because it's supposed to be even better than the rest. It's developer centric.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you all something right now. If you're a developer, for me personally, Claude AI has just blown me absolutely away. Let me share that. Where's that? Share this. Claude. It's a Claude.ai, and this one, this seems very developer focused. At least it has done way more for me as far as like writing things and writing tests and testing it before it, gives it to me. I'm falling in love with this one, but this one I don't think it has a free. Maybe it does have a free tier. I did buy some credits, and I got notification that my credits ran out, and I'm like, damn. Kind of want to buy more, but I don't want to get caught up in this AI.
Did you not do a team account?
No, because you know me. I'm like, I gotta test things out first. Yeah, you can definitely do a team account on this one because this one really. If we have any AI people out there, let me know because this one, of all of them, Gemini, ChatGPT, I've even forgotten the names of the other ones now. Claude is the one where I'm like, all right, this is what I've been looking for. Pretty good AI as far as AIs go out there. But don't take my word for it. That's all I'm saying. Is just don't take my word for it.
Got it.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Chris. We got so many people in Discord. We haven't said hello to Jeff. Joe, I saw earlier. Sarah Goldman is out there. My kid is out there. My wife even posted, I saw earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's out there. I think you got everything. Kevin, we said hi to.
Sarah, Eric, and I were talking about you at lunch today, and
we did.
And I don't recall seeing you at Tech this year, and I think you were hiding from me.
Yeah. AI's a scam. Okay, here we go. AI's a scam.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Hey, did you see that there was a milestone set on GitHub this week? I think it was this week. The 1 billionth GitHub commit or repo was created.
I loved the repo too. I loved it.
It was full of shit.
It was literally all it was shit.
Yeah. So you have to imagine somebody had a bot running, waiting for the one.
Exactly what I was about to say. Like, this was either somebody at GitHub or somebody has been waiting for this moment for like years now. Because to nail it that quickly, like, there's just no way. There's no way.
And I mean, I haven't looked at the API. Is there an API that tells you how many repos there are? Or, like,
I don't know.
Was a 999,999,999 also shit? Like, did they create just a bunch
for like the last 10 or 20? Yeah, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
But, all right. That brings up another point. The difference.
Hold on. Sarah, both my kids are watching. Hey.
Oh, Sarah, I did see you there. We just didn't interact much. I remember we talked in the registration. You had the big elephants. I am sorry.
Oh, I 100% said you were there, Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah. He did. Because we didn't interact like we have in the past. I was like, was she there? And then I do remember talking to you now. Tech was just a blur. Yeah, that's what happens.
Sarah, just out of curiosity, let me know your important dates as far as locale. I don't want to be too specific because I don't know who you've shared with what, but John and I were talking about that. I'm like, I honestly don't know. So,
yeah, I was running around. I heard an interesting thing recently. Numbers are odd, right? They're hard to comprehend sometimes, especially when we're in the US. We hear the government talking about billions and trillions of dollars all the time, and it doesn't register. If I were to give you $1 per second, every second, I'm like, here's $1. Mm-hmm. How long would it take for me to give you $1 million?
$1 million?
If I were to give you one every second,
it would take you 1 million seconds.
Right. Good job. You get an A+ on that one. How long in days?
A million isn't a million like isn't 1 million seconds like 6 months or something, or 7 months?
It's 11 days.
It's 11 days. Okay.
In 11 days, I would give you $1 million. Let's say I kept doing that. How long would it take for me to give you $1 billion?
$1 billion?
Yeah.
I would say 15 years.
31 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Numbers. You know what? Numbers are just.
Do you know what a trillion is? How many is? How long is it for a trillion?
It's going to be, I don't know, centuries. I have no clue. It just.
Oh my gosh.
That registered with me because Peter Meth and his son did a talk at PHP Tech, and he used the 1 billion seconds because it happened to be 1 billion seconds prior to his talk. His daughter was born, which happened to be just about 32 years prior It's like 31.7 years. And then I don't know why, but our AI overlords or our, you know, Googles and Facebooks, somehow I saw a video that did that very thing with 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years.
I gotta be honest with you, John. I don't believe you. I
Okay.
don't believe you, and I think you should give me $1 a second for the next 11 days, and let's count how much we have.
Let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out together.
So I did the money thing because just thinking about seconds to time didn't make a whole lot of sense, but trying to equate it to money, especially in the U.S. economy, where, like I said, we talk about billions and trillions all the time, and
Right.
don't often think about what that means.
Did you ever
It's
see
crazy.
the video of it had a Justin Timberlake in it? It's about the time, and that time becomes the currency of the world, right?
Oh,
so
yeah, the movie.
So it's kind of that. Like, you think you're a millionaire and you think you're rich, and you are rich compared to schmoes like us. You are very rich. But like, if we lived in that society, you would have 11 days to live, as opposed to a billionaire who has 30 years, 31 years?
Yeah.
31 years on you. Like that difference is just massive. And these are the people, again, trying not to get political, but these are the people in especially here in the US that pay less in taxes than we do. And it's just like, oh my God. You know,
Did you ever see the video where they stack like $1 bills, like standing up, and then the difference between a million $1 bills and a billion, it was just the distance that took was crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be happy with 11 days of life left if you want to give me $1 million. But yeah, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. All right. Next on my list, developers are crazy.
Oh, tell me something I don't know. Have you met Sarah?
Yeah, I have. The things that people think to do that I would never like even think of. Somebody actually got Linux running inside of Microsoft Excel.
But my only question would be why? But it's cool.
Why? Because somebody else got, I forget, some other operating system running inside of there. So then they're like, well, let me see if I can get Linux running inside of there. They got a RISC-V emulator.
Oh, come on. Like, these are the people who piss me off. Like, how do you have those type of skills? Like, I can barely use Microsoft Excel correctly, and here you are getting a whole OS running inside of it.
Exactly. I have to look up VLOOKUP every time I want to use it.
Every time, man.
I'm like, what are the parameters again?
Perfect. I probably use AI more for my spreadsheets than I do for coding.
It's funny because it's true.
I know. This is insane. And there's a repo out there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. These people, there's so much talent out there.
I mean,
I tell you.
It's like I saw somebody created a whole, I think, x86 computer inside of Minecraft.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's just
insane.
Crazy. One, how do you have that much time? Like, I don't have time to play a 5-minute game, let alone take hours inside of Minecraft to break up bricks.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why. Minecraft drives me crazy. I think it's because my kids play it now. It drove me crazy prior, but now that's like all they watch when they watch TV. It's like, I watch a show, and they're like, no, I want to watch people break up bricks on YouTube.
Minecraft is it for me. That's where I realize I'm getting to be an old grouchy guy. I'm like, what are you doing here? What are you doing? You just walking around banging on things? What's the point here? Why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I don't get Minecraft. I never understood it. I feel like an old crotchety man every time I see it. I can't. I don't like it.
I'm there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you.
Man, I thought of something. I thought of something to talk about, and now I forgot about it. What else you got? You got something else for us?
I think we may have said it already this year, but did you know that PHP turns 30 this year?
That can't be right. I was just holding it in his crib yesterday. Are you sure about that?
30 years old. This month's June issue of PHP Magazine is going to be dedicated to the birthday. Dedicated in the sense that that's going to be our cover and
Pay tribute to it. Yeah.
we will pay tribute to the birthday. I am so mad at myself because all the way leading up to PHP Tech this year, we're going to do something for the PHP Tech 30th birthday. We're going to sing happy birthday. We're going to do something. I'll have cake. I'm going to do something. Tech's come and gone, and I failed to do something. I am so mad at myself because it
I
was
honestly
on
didn't
my
think
list.
about it. Yeah. Chris Miller, yes, I am walking around banging into things, but not because I'm old. It's because I got 2.5 dozen fans laid out around my house. That nightmare is still happening. I just can't. I can't walk through my whole living room now contains the sink from my bathroom, all the shelving from one of my closets. It's oh man, I am ready to move. I'm ready to sell the house and move. I remember what I wanted to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Videos.
Videos.
Videos are looking good, man. How many? We're almost done, right?
Getting there. I started going through your list, checking off. I was testing them because you didn't mark that you had tested.
Yeah, I need to go back and redo some, I'm sure.
But yeah, I think we're down to just a handful not done. Thank you very much for all the work you've done. You've done 2/3 of it easily.
How many were bad? Well, it's easy to say that, but how many were actually good, right?
I haven't in my testing, I just made sure the audio worked, like you could hear the speaker, because that was half of my battle.
So here's the thing with that. And one of the things I noticed, that's not the conference. Here's PHP Tech. So if you went to PHP Tech this year, you now have access to all the videos from 2003, 2024, and 2025. And we have a good amount on there. I really should put the number of talks on here, but got a good amount on here. So here's the thing I realized is that even ones that I think are decent, if you take your headphones out and just use your laptop speakers, they're unlistenable. You can't hear them.
Really? Why is that? Too low, or
it's too low? It's just too low. So I guess most people might use headphones now. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, there's a few.
Is that why I keep turning them down? It's because I have headphones in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seriously. Huh.
Native PHP is on here. This one is also posted on YouTube. I think John does a better job at cleaning up his audio. So I might update the one on YouTube in the near future.
And by John, he means Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, John did make me feel better about the audio issues that I was dealing with. Because John's like, yeah, well, I had Michael. Did you see Passing the Torch yet?
I watched I think the first half of it.
Okay. Well, there's only one good section of it. Let me turn that down here. Let me see if I can find it real fast. I should have had this queued up already.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 minutes in.
Oh, look at you! Really?
Yeah. Well, so okay,
I'm going to say, Peter, this was a very long slideshow. It was cute. It was very long.
What he did was he played a full song and a slideshow to it, and yeah, that was my feedback too. It was a little long at that point. It was after that. It was after that part. Keep going.
It was after that.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, right after this one.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, barely.
Awesome. So this other guy, Eric Van Johnson,
So he's going through quotes from people. I guess he had asked a few people at the conference, which was interesting that he got quotes from people at the conference to put into his slideshow or his talk for that conference. It's not like you did this a month prior or weeks prior, right? It was at the conference he asked you.
No. He had asked me for this one. He asked me a long time ago. This is the one he asked me about at the conference.
Right.
I thought this was hysterical.
It was.
I don't even notice, but we have closed caption. This is auto-generated, so if you guys notice anything really wrong with it, let us know. But there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think we can go in and edit it at all,
Yeah.
which would be nice if we could. But
yeah. So yeah, this was funny. This was very funny. And of course, it was about this time I found out that the live streams weren't going out on the other rooms, or any of the rooms weren't going out. I forget why. And I had to rush out. It was like, I hope he doesn't think I left because of that. Like, that was funny. But yeah, that was, I really enjoyed that very much.
the funny part happened right after that. Sorry, not funny part. He starts talking about his dad, who had passed like 5 or 6 years ago. Actually, more than that, 8 years ago. But his father's name was Eric John.
Did you get confirmation on that?
Yes, I got confirmation on that.
No way. His father's name is actually Eric John?
Eric John Meth.
Get out of here.
Yep.
I thought, like, when I saw that, like, I was a little confused. I'm like, okay, is he trying to tie it together? Because that couldn't have been his real name, right? But it was. That was cool, man. I'm glad you asked, because I didn't get an opportunity to ask.
Yep.
Eric John Meth. All right. Got anything else?
Do I have anything else? Do I ever come prepared to this show? Not usually. Yes. Let me, if I can find my. I think we had kind of talked about. Actually, no. I want to talk about this. How many turd files do you have laying around?
So you spent a lot of time on Tom's Hardware this week, didn't you? Because like 3 of your things are from Tom's Hardware.
Damn it! You caught on to me.
I don't even. What is a turd file?
So somebody had added. I think it was new. Was it video driver? I think it was video driver support, and they were testing something, but the tests left these files in just on the file system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're actually called turd files, but the fact is they just got left around, and Linus hated that. Like, and I mean, I do that too with some of my tests. I create
I think I've done that before too, actually.
I try to clean them up, but if your tests fail, they don't get cleaned up, and then they sit around, or sometimes you don't care, because a lot of my stuff I just push to CI, and CI is very ephemeral. You run it, it gets cleaned up, the files are gone anyway. I don't necessarily run all of my tests locally.
Right.
But I guess Linus got really frustrated with these HDR tests and raged on mailing lists or
really, that
whatever
doesn't
he does
sound like that, man. He's always so calm and level-headed. Guy rages about everything. He's older than we are, man.
Yeah.
I met him once.
Did you?
It's a very brief hello, thanks for everything you've done sort of meet. But yeah, I met him. He was at
a podcaster.
Linux Expo. I think it was before I was obviously, if I was a podcaster, then he would have stopped. We would have gone and had lunch.
Right.
Yeah. I only play that card when it's important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was kind of cool to meet me. It was at a conference. It was at a Linux Expo, I think, when it was here in San Diego. And yeah, it was cool. That's the great thing about these conferences, man. You just meet everybody in the community. And I mean, not in the community. You meet everybody. Like the people who build stuff. That's one of the things I like about going to Scale. Is you see a lot of What was the Linux guy from Tech TV? He was the guest. He always showed up as the guest.
The
Older
guest guy.
gentleman.
I don't
Oh
know.
Jesus! Why can't I think of this guy's name? Holy smokes! Oh man.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
I see him every year at Tech. I keep
That's
meaning
scale.
to. Yeah, it's I keep meaning to try to get a picture with him, but like everybody's asking him for pictures, and I always feel like guilty. Like, okay, one more person's going to ask him for a picture, he's going to lose his mind. And I had a couple people at Tech this year ask me for pictures. I am always so floored and honored when that happens, and it's always so much fun to take pictures with people. I can't find him. God damn it! The only name coming to my head is Uncle Bob. That's not him.
No.
God, he was always on
Chris
TV.
Miller. Yes, we know turd is slang for poop here in the U.S. as well. So he says the turd file just comes from the concept of pooping out files everywhere.
Yes, we know what turd means. It's not like loo. I mean, I think most Americans know what a loo is as well, but
we don't use the term.
We don't use that term. No, God, I can't find
the guy. So much.
He always shows up on my Facebook too. Damn, I'm gonna find him. It's gonna drive me crazy. And you'll know who it is because you watch Tech TV like I did.
So Derek shared a link to building a whole CPU from just transistors. Now I gotta watch this.
Oh,
Thanks,
you gotta kidding me.
Giving me
really
homework.
Where's it at?
It's in Discord. I'm going to share it in the show notes.
I mean, it's no running PHP on mobile devices, but, still pretty damn cool. Ben Eater. That doesn't sound like a real name either. Ben Eater,
yeah. I built a programmable 8-bit computer from scratch on breadboards using only simple logic gates.
I mean, ones and zeros, right? Open, close.
It's ones and zeros, but that's a lot of logic gates to create an 8-bit computer.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work.
But I think that's exactly what they did in Minecraft, right? It was a simple 8-bit computer. Simple. But basically what it came down to.
This is what I'm saying. There's so many smart people out there.
Sarah in Discord says, "What, you've never built?" I built a computer from scratch from parts that already exist, not soldering transistors to a breadboard, for crying out loud. The good old days when I cared enough to sit down and buy all of the parts and build my computer from scratch. Now I just want to go buy one from System 76 or Apple or pre-built, ready to go.
That's me.
Yes, I know I should buy something where I can swap out the parts that I want, but back in the day I had more time and cared more. Now it's like, well, will this work with this motherboard or?
Yeah, I used to try every Linux distro that came out. I would play with it, every one, and have not done that in many years now. I've pretty much stuck with Pop OS and Ubuntu, and that's pretty much been it.
All right, last thing on my list for today. I think a few weeks ago we talked about the relevance of PHP, and there was a good write-up on it as to a lot of the charts we see or a lot of the stats we see are like Python's more popular than PHP because it gets more searches on Google. Well, this write-up takes it and says, well, no, the people are changing how they search. They're no longer looking for PHP specific. They're in the Laravel framework, so they're looking for Laravel specific advice. Right. Or because PHP is open source, all of the models are super well trained on PHP. So you go to an AI model or ChatGPT or whatever, and you search there first because you're going to get decent results. So yes, the search results of PHP specifically have come down, but Laravel has gone up, Symfony has gone up. and
Yeah.
people have moved on to searching in other ways.
Laravel, Symfony, WordPress, and Drupal. Those 4 alone probably double or triple the searches for PHP specifically. No, that's not a proven fact, but I've said it, so it's a PHP Architect fact. Factish, kind of, sort of facty. But yeah, I bet you so many more people look for Laravel, Symfony, WordPress, and Drupal. And that's only 4. Like, there's so many other framework and specific searches you can be doing that are PHP related.
Mm-hmm.
There was something I was using the other day, and I was looking up by the name of the project. And I said, oh, they have a GitHub repo. And so I go to the GitHub repo, and I'm looking at the repo. I'm like, that looks like, and I hit, first thing I noticed is it had a composer file. I'm like, composer file? Well, it's PHP, but it looks like, and I click on the composer file, and it's a Laravel framework. I'm like, oh, holy smokes! Like, and it was something popular too. I got to go back and try to remember what that was, but yeah.
Chris says, or we just don't need to Google how to do it as much because we're better developers. Yeah, there's that. Or
I'm with that.
Like PHP.net itself is great. I often just go php.net/ what I'm searching for, and I get right to what I need. I don't need Google to be the middle person at that point, or the middle bot.
That's true. PHP.net is actually a great source for when you're looking up the functions of PHP. Mm-hmm. I used to live on PHP.net. It used to be one of those tabs that was always open to me. Then
I must be a terrible developer because I'm still there.
They elected Ben Ramsey, and I'm like, I'm never going back to PHP.net ever again.
You almost gave up PHP altogether.
That's right.
If
I'm a JavaScript developer now.
If we were still Diego Dev at that point, maybe we would have moved from PHP to something else. Python.
Probably. I would have talked John into it.
We're no longer a PHP shop, damn it. We're now Go.
Technically, we were. Matter of fact, that when the next release came up and they were asking me to put my name in, I didn't because I knew we were taking over PHP Architect.
No, I know.
And I'm like, oh man, I don't have that sort of time anymore.
No.
So, if you're wondering what we're talking about, years ago, I forget what release it was. It was one of the 7s.
Was it 7?
I think it was like 7. I don't think it was big one, like 8. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was 8.1. But I threw my hat in the ring to be a release manager for one of the releases of PHP. It might have been 8.1 at the time. And Ben Ramsey blew me out of the water, which doesn't bother me. Okay, Ben Ramsey is definitely more hands-on with the community, at least from what I hear. But what bothered me was that when they voted who would be your first pick, who would be your second pick, all the way down to who is your last pick. And Ben Ramsey put me as his last pick, which is basically because they were picking 2 release managers. It was the first year they were picking 2 release managers. So Ben Ramsey made me his last pick, which is basically him saying, I would work with anybody else on this list but Eric. And I have not forgiven him for that yet, even though my wife still has his sticker in her phone. So I can hold grudges. John knows I hold grudges for a very long time.
Yes, you do.
All right. I think we've rambled enough. Do you have anything else? You've been rapid firing on me, John.
I'm sorry. I am done.
You're done?
What was Ben? It wasn't Rest Assured. It was Rest.
You remember you posted it. Didn't you put it in the
your
Discord
wife?
or something?
No, your wife did.
Yeah.
And now I forgot what it was.
It was.
Sorry, Ben. We're terrible.
We are bad. We are very
Rest
bad at our
certain.
job. Rest certain. That's it. Yeah. Did she say something again?
What's that? No. I went and found it because I do know how to search things occasionally.
And it is, what is it, like a testing framework for API or something?
Yeah.
let's go ahead
There it
and
is.
share
It's in the
some
show
here.
notes.
Rest certain, which is this is the sticker. Which
Yep.
God damn it, that
Simplify
is a
and ease
cute
the
sticker.
testing of REST services.
That's a very cute sticker. I don't know what else to say about that. Yes. This is the repo that I
I'm not
will
gonna say it,
never
but
use.
that looks like snot coming out of the elephant's nose.
And he's doing inappropriate things to a globe or something. I don't know. Where are you going with this, John? What's wrong with you? Why is this image broken? This is a php.net. What is going on here?
Refresh, it'll come up.
Will it?
Mine's fine.
Ah, there we go. That's better. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, I got to open up a new home warranty claim because I just spilled my drink all over my desk. That's going to cost me another $30,000. Jesus Christ. See, if we had ended the show when I wanted to, John, we'd be done by now. But no, now I got to clean up my goddamn trying to hit a button. And now I got to move the button or move the drink. One of the two. Damn.
All right. We've been rambling long enough.
No, we're going to ramble a little longer. No, I got to stop this. I got to stop the spill, John. Unless you want to hit buttons.
That's the way it works.
I got to do things here, man. I'm going to cost my house. Like, my house is being held up by sticks today.
Are they replacing the floor in your office too?
Yeah, well, so I think I don't know if I shared it with everybody. Wife, I need more paper towels. Wife, if you're listening to me. So I don't know, to be honest with you. So the auditor came out to my house, who is sent by the home insurance people, but doesn't work for the home insurance people. And what he told me was that, thank you. Look at that. Look at that. She's supposed to be sleeping. She has to be at work in a few hours, and she's right here. So the way it was explained to me, to answer your question, is according to him, yes, because it's all one continuous floor. There's no breaks in the floor. However, he did make mention of doorways. So there is a door to my office. I don't know if that's considered to be a break or not. But there, besides my office, which I'm fine if they don't replace my office. My office didn't get hit. I'm fine. And my office is too cluttered. I don't want to think about moving it all. But like, it's a continuous floor through our kitchen, through our living room, through our dining room, much of which didn't get affected by what happened. And according to him, he's saying that it needs to all be replaced now because it's all one continuous floor. But yeah, that's only if they can't match what we have. So ideally, they'll be able to match either the color or the style. Well, the color is the big thing. And the same holds true for paint. So we have a 2-story house, which has like this spiral staircase that goes up, and the second floor is kind of open. It's not like you don't go up like East Coast, the second floor, you go up to another floor and you can't see the second floor from the first floor. Mine has like where the living room and dining room is, it's all open, and there's like a balcony up on the second floor. Because of that, he says the same thing is true with paint. Like the paint has to all be done, even up on the second floor, because it's all one continuous wall, basically.
That's
so
crazy.
I don't know exactly. We haven't heard, so we should be hearing back from home insurance. He said maybe as soon as tomorrow, but most likely next week, with what they're going to say as far as, okay, this is what we're going to cover, this is how much we're going to cover, this, that, the other thing. So we'll see how that goes. Okay.
Chris says, now we know why you don't have a Lambo. Your house is eating all your money.
This is true, man. You don't know the half of it, but yeah. Yeah, that's the reason.
Well,
okay.
I'm happy that you were in your office this time for the podcast, not on the East Wing. You were
it makes a difference,
in the West
right?
Wing where you belong.
Yeah, I have to use Starlink from the other wing of the house, and there's a 30-second delay when I talk. Now, I do like my office. I have a hard wire that just makes all the difference in the world. Okay, that's going to do. Are we done?
Yep, we're done.
Because I can
was
do
about
this
to hit
for
the button.
hours. You know that. I'm breathing, and I can, when I'm breathing, I'm talking, baby. Make sure you're on the right one. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been PHP Podcast, the official podcast of PHP Architect, the industry's leading tech magazine and publisher, focused on PHP and web development. Subscribe today at phparch.com to see what the leaders in the community and industry are talking about.